Good morning. Alright, that's where I stayed last night, the Laurel Ridge campsite. It was nice, did a good job for me. And now I'm off on my new trek for the day through Massachusetts. Got about 20 miles to do today. Massachusetts is another one of those states, I think pretty much everywhere until you get to Maine. You know, and obviously these past states have been where you can't just stealth camp anywhere. You have to camp at their campsites or whatever. So anyway, I've got to get to, those particular locations. I think there's one almost exactly 20 miles away. And so that's where I'll be staying tonight. And then tomorrow I've got a little bit of a dilemma because there's not one really in the right realm. I don't know. I'm either going to have to go far, like 24 miles, or short, like 15 or something. So I'll figure it out. So yeah, just hoping I feel good today. I ate a lot of food last night, including that whole Ziploc bag full of leftovers from breakfast. My pack is a little lighter, carrying a little less water today, so that's good. Okay, the verdict on the new shoes. So the shoes I was wearing before were Ultra Lone Peaks. They're all Ultra Lone Peaks, but they were the I think they were the 3.5s. But anyway, and I've worn the 3.0s, and I had a pair of 4.0s last year. Anyway, these 5s are pretty awesome so far. Only one full day, but I put them through the gamut of stuff. I mean, lots of climbs, lots of descents, really steep stuff, boulders, rocks, rain, and I like them. I think I've mentioned some of these things in the past, but now I'll just say, how they actually perform. So the back, that goes up your heel, is taller, and I love it. The other ones were low enough that if you didn't cinch them up really tight, you were going to get a blister, and I was going to anyway, my foot. And even then, at the beginning, I would get a blister, when I first was putting them on, and my heel wasn't really calloused. So these are not like that at all. Very comfortable in the heel. The toe box feels about the same to me as far as width and everything, but it's cut a little bit longer just around the big toe and your second toe. Just a hair longer. Maybe 1/8 of an inch or something, but it's enough that it really makes a difference. My toes are not crashing into the front of the shoe, and I went down some crazy descents yesterday where I was really, my foot was really pushing forwards in my shoe a lot, and had no issue whatsoever. And my toes felt great, which is fantastic. So that's good. I know that Ultra has said they changed the cushioning, put some midsole cushioning in and stuff. I don't feel anything different, but it's been one day, so it's a little hard to know, so I'll just have to see if I feel like anything's been done there. I do know that the plantar area on my left foot was bothering me a little more yesterday than it has been, but also doing a lot of climbing and a lot of descents, so who knows, probably just was a day-to-day thing. Those things are always popping up and then disappearing, so minor thing, but shoelaces are way better. They're a little thicker, easier to grab onto. They stay tied. The other ones, I had to double tie them all the time, where they would come loose. These are staying tied. So anyway, I like them. Hope they keep doing well for me. Here's the amazing view at the top of my summit this morning. The inside of a cloud. It's actually pretty magical up here right now. All right, nothing like a 1,000-foot climb to start out the morning. Whew. Apparently there used to be a fire tower up here. You can see all the things, and it says Mount Everett Fire Tower, 1915 to 2002. So they took it down a while back. So anyway, all right, well, there's a lot of downhill and a little bit of uphill for quite a long time now until towards the end of the day. So I'm going to get a move on. There's not much water for like another 6 miles or so, and I don't have a lot left, so I'm going to keep moving. It just kind of struck me how the path right here looks a lot like my driveway at home. My family will all be groaning and nodding their heads at that one. Well, I crossed paths with a thru hiker named Aspen an hour and a half ago or something, and she and I hiked together for a while through some of the hard, slippery rocks, all the steep downhill and everything. Had a real good discussion, so that was nice, Aspen. Her and her 2 friends are going into Great Barrington tonight to do a zero or hang out and everything, so I'm probably sure I won't see any of them again, but it was nice. We really moved fast, you know, like I've said before, when you're talking, you just kind of takes your mind off of things and you just fly, so that was nice. So I am right now, well, let me say it this way. So I've told you I have 1,008 miles to do this year to finish the trail. And so a third of that is 336, if I got my math right. And if you add 336 onto where I started this year, you end up right here, exactly within, quarter mile. So, I guess a quarter mile is not exact, but hard to measure exact out here. So I am a third of the way done with my hike this year, as far as mileage goes. Now, as far as days go, this is day 19, and I'm halfway through the day. In fact, I'm almost exactly halfway through my hiking day. I've done almost 10 miles, and I've got just barely over 10 miles to go to get to the shelter I'm staying at. So, anyway, I have a total of 56 days, I believe, to actually hike out here, when you take out the 0 days and stuff like that. And today's day 19 of actual hiking days. So, 19 times 3 is 57. That means I'm just, ever so slightly behind. But, I still got half a day today to hike. So, really, I'm almost exactly dead on where I need to be. I might be behind by a few hours, actually. And so, no big deal. So, that makes me feel good for the most part. As I've already said, I've got some of the hardest stuff to do, of course, in the White Mountains in Vermont, or in New Hampshire, anyway. And, I will not be averaging the same mileage. I'll probably be doing half this mileage. So I will have to pick that up somewhere else, I'll have to either get ahead a few days or move faster after the White Mountains and, do some 27, 28, 30-mile days, something like that. So anyway, we'll see how it all works out. But as of right now, I'm almost exactly dead on a third of my time out here and a third of my miles done. So, no cause for worry just yet. Well, first of all, man, the water sources so far in Massachusetts are horrible. today. I mean, the first, there was a nice creek and stuff yesterday when I first got into Massachusetts for a couple of miles, but I mean, today I have been walking and walking and walking and walking and walking, and every source that I see on my guide, ends up just being like a swamp that's just like stagnant, and it's not a stream and it's not anything, and ugh. So I've been walking for miles and miles and miles just trying to get water, and I finally found a really it's good water, but I had to like go down this steep embankment that's like filled with poison ivy all over the place. So I mean, I'm sure I'm gonna get poison ivy, but I have to drink water. So anyway, be aware of that. You come into Massachusetts from the south. Anyway, the good news is I just kept walking and walking, waiting to get water, and man, I'm sitting down here letting my water filter, and I'm gonna grab something to eat and take a quick break. And I realize I'm only 6 miles from the place I'm going to be staying tonight, which means I've done 20 miles. I will have done 20 miles today. So I've already done 14. It's only like 12:30, so I don't know. I really felt really tired this morning, like I wasn't doing great, but then I just picked it up, and anyway, it's been good so far. So I'm looking on my map, and I don't see really any other good options, for going anywhere else. So, I mean, I'll probably just stop at that point instead of going on further today. But anyway, I'm ready to eat some food. Crossing the Housatonic one more time. All right, I got to the shelter, and I'm not going to tent. I think I'm actually just going to stay here in the shelter. There's one other guy here, Trey. Seems pretty cool. So we've been hanging out talking, and yep, I'm just going to call it a night here, and then get back in tomorrow and try to see if I can do even longer miles, just because of where the tent locations are. I can't stealth camp, so I have to just stay wherever, there's a shelter or a campsite. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Good night.